Asu Almabayev versus the guy everybody cannot stop talking about, Jose Ochoa. Ochoa came off of a disappointing UFC debut for what people thought he was capable of against Lonair Kavanagh, but he bounced back against Cody Durden, used some of that anti-wrestling and stiffed this dude in his hometown in 10 seconds of the second round as soon as it opened up. You got a dude smiling at you. Oh, let's do that. Next thing you know, this dude's flatlined unconscious. That's the power Ochoa has at 125 pounds. Now, Asu Almabayev, I think, is partially the line has switched a little bit, but I think that he's getting disregarded a little bit because of recency bias, man. Manel Kopp finger poked him, eye poked him, whatever, 3 times, got the knockout, whatever. He styled on him. He was faster. He was able to use his anti-wrestling, man. He looked good. But coming off of that loss right here, people are saying Ochoa has massive hands. If he could stuff some takedowns, he's knocking this dude out right here. I think the story is a little bit more complicated, and I hope we got some good takes on this one because I'm a little conflicted right here. Talk to us about Ochoa first, man. Is it hype? Cody Durden, can you compare Cody Durden to Asu Almabayev just on a tit-for-tat level?
On paper, yeah. I mean, similar. They both heavy wrestlers. Like, that's what they're looking to go do, looking to put the pressure on you, looking to be taking the front foot and how they aspect the fight. I will say I would think Asu Almabayev is a little bit better of a jiu-jitsu player than Cody Durden is, more of a wrestler going forward. But still kind of in the same realm, at least. One thing I like about Ochoa, and one thing that also worries me on that same aspect, is this dude, he's explosive, loves to throw that jumping switch front kick, and all you need is one misplaced kick or one non-mass kick with the hands, right? You just throw a naked leg kick out there. Asu Almabayev, he's going to get to those hips. He's going to be taking you down, and that's one thing that worries me right here. I want to see how Ochoa, as fantastic of a striker he is, how does he handle being on the back foot with consistent pressure that Almabayev is going to put on him?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying right here, man. And I'm going to push back. I do not think you can compare Cody Durden to Asu Almabayev. Look at this hit list that Almabayev was running through right here. Let's not forget, Almabayev has how many total? 24 total fights right here. Racked up a fantastic win streak. I think he was on a 18 fight win streak or something like that. Something ridiculous. You know what I mean? Yeah, because he's 21-3, 18 fight win streak before he lost to Manel Kopp. And then you lose the fight, whatever, right? Cody Durden has always been a hit or miss type of guy, right? You win some, you lose some, you win some that maybe people didn't think, you lose some that people did think or whatever. But I think when it comes down to it, Almabayev is a guy where he can win the boring way that nobody wants to see you win, where he just grinds it out, racks up control time. No, serious, racks up control time, grinds it out, man. And as you said, one overextension, one wrong move from Jose Ochoa. If you can't get back up to your feet, this could be a very easy fight for Almabayev to win, which is why when I was originally looking at this line right here, bro, this was, I think it was like minus 115 Ochoa, minus 105 Almabayev. Almabayev was like a slight dog. Money is shifting over because I think people are understanding the recency bias, but nonetheless, that doesn't take away from what I watched on film. And that is Almabayev, you get him on the back foot. If you can't get that takedown, man, all it takes is one from Ochoa. That's literally all it takes. So that's where my heart starts beating when you start watching and you're pounding and you're like, yo, dog, you just got to get to the hips. And nobody wants to bet on a fighter who is like desperation shooting. Though I do think realistically, if we're being real here and humor me, right? If we're being real here, I do think Almabayev is better everywhere except for having more power. I think he's a cleaner striker, more like technically sound of a striker. I think he's a better grappler. I think as an athlete, as all of that, he has every intangible better except pure power, which Ochoa definitely has. Like that's like crank that shit up to 11, 12, while Almabayev is like on a 3-4 type situation. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Derek. And one thing I like most about Almabayev is he keeps the pressure on always. He never backs. Like, even if you're able to get him on his back foot, he's still going to try to keep the pressure on you. He's not the best nail. He's way better of a hammer. But, man, if you let Almabayev get to work, he will not let you breathe. He's not going to give you the space that a fighter like a Jose Ochoa needs to be able to do his best work. So there's a lot of intangibles right here in the mix-up of how things are going to be able to get going. And if Jose Ochoa has space, going to be a great night. If Almabayev is able to close that space, we're going to be able to see how the young man in Ochoa is tested and how he's able to move forward in the UFC.
To be fair, I mean, when Cody Durden took Ochoa down, which that's the other thing too, is that the takedowns come a little bit too easy for my liking, but he was able to get back up to his feet. So you got to give him credit there. You got back up against Cody Durden, like respect. The problem is the mat returns, and it's going to be a lot of them right there. I anticipate if he cannot stave it off with power. But aside from that, man, we got to talk numbers, because this is one of those ones where you can make some money right here, man. Total 2.5 rounds, -185 for the over, +155 for the under. I would like to assume that the over favors Almabayev and the under definitely favors Ochoa right here, because I think if you're going Ochoa, you're looking at a knockout. I don't really see a world where he wins a decision against the style of fighter that Almabayev is.
Yeah, I'm with you. That if you're betting on Ochoa right here, you're either money line or knockout all day long. I mean, even 2.5 at plus money. If you're an Ochoa better, that
Yeah,
makes a ton of sense right here. It's going to be the best money you're going to get on any of his props, because I believe his KO prop. Let me look real quick.
yeah. Take a look.
Yeah, well, plus 350 for Ochoa on a KO prop. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some juice to be made, especially if you're confident betting one way or the other. Although Almabayev does have more juice on his side, because I mean 650 on submission. Almabayev plus 160 on points. So the over does lean towards Almabayev.
And that number has drastically crunched down. It was +200 when I was writing up my notes for this one. So to go +160 on Almabayev for a decision, I really, really like that play right here. But I think the reality is, if you want the safest bet, because Almabayev does have 9 submissions as well, you would have to go money line on either one of these fighters. Really, I think you'd be in the best boat right there. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's give the picks on this one, man. This is going to be a contested pick, but yeah, I'm going to rock with Almabayev right here, pure money line. AJ, you're rocking Ochoa. You're rocking with the youth and the hype that the prospect is. Just tell us real quick, man, what does an Ochoa win do right here? I think this breathes real life into the flyweight division if he can get a win here.
Especially if he gets a performance win, Derek. He hits him with a switching kick, knocks him out. We're going to see Ochoa's name really, really fast within 2 fights up there with the big dogs. So this fight could shake up a lot, especially for a fighter in Almabayev who did have that 18-fight win streak. You come in here, you take all that thunder. This is a huge fight.
That's it. That's it. He's big too. Big, strong, not super fast, but he does have that one other move that I forgot, man. When you crunch too close in distance, he throws it a lot. That spinning elbow. You got to watch out for that one, because he could definitely stun him with that one.